Hello guys, I just wanted to make this video. Pardon my rough voice, not that it really matters, but I just had something really cool to share with you guys. It's a short testimony, hopefully it's not too long, but anyway, I was just listening to, I'm on my way home, and I was listening to some music playlist I made, and a song came on from one of my favorite bands ever. And that band is called Anberlin, and they're one of the best bands ever, in my opinion. They are one of my favorite bands, and I've been listening to them since about 2007, and that's a long time. It's 2022. So it's crazy when you think about it like that. It's crazy when I think about it like that right now. But oh man, God loves us so much. He loves us so uniquely and individually. And one of the biggest, I can't even put it into words. I just hope what I'm trying to say to you will convey to you the magnitude of God's love that I'm trying to show to you, okay? When I grew up, I didn't have a lot of friends. I lived in the country. I moved a lot. I went through a lot of stuff growing up. I didn't have a lot of friends. And in high school, I got really frustrated. I was frustrated in middle school because I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know where I fit in. I didn't know what group I was in. I didn't know where to sit at the cafeteria at lunchtime and all this stuff, right? And just a crazy time growing up. And I didn't know. I felt like everybody had their thing and I didn't have my thing. So I didn't know what my thing was. And it frustrated me so badly. So I finally figured it out. I finally decided that I would choose my thing, and that thing would be God. And that in this messed up world, this is my mentality as like 13 or 14 years old, in this messed up world where everyone is cussing on the bus and everyone is doing bad things, which realistically they were, and nobody's perfect, but the world. In this world, I'm going to choose the right thing. I'm going to take a stand for God. That is the thing that I believe in. That is the thing that I will stand for. That is my thing. So that was kind of like an identity that developed in me that I chose and took on at this time in my life. And I got really, really into music a lot because I felt so lonely and alone at school all the time, on the bus. I felt so lonely and alone and unknown. I felt so unknown. And so my mom got this magazine subscription where you could order CDs in the mail, and every once in a while she'd let me order a couple CDs, or I'd get some for Christmas or for my birthday or something like that, and I would check out these Christian bands. And eventually when I got my license and I could go to Walmart on my own and look for these CDs in Walmart, that's what I do. Well, this is also at the time when the internet was really starting to happen, and there was online music stores and like iTunes. My first iTunes experience, that's where I found Anberlin the first time. I started listening to this band, and they were a Christian rock band, but they weren't Christian rock like Christian rock. They weren't Christian rock like they sing every song is about God, but God was important to them, and they made music as people who believe in God and who have a relationship with God. And so it was just a little different, but so good, right? So good. It was like music, because everyone's like, oh, well, if it's Christian, then it's not really music because that's fake. It's not really. It's not really real music. It's just fake. It's just that you're trying to be like good music, good mainstream music, but you're just copying and you're being, Christian or whatever. But so there's that. But anyway, so I got their song called Paper Thin Hymn. Check it out. And it was so good, and I listened to it, like, dang, this is really good. But at the time I was trying to figure out what I liked, because I was so like anomalous. I was such an anomaly. I didn't know what I liked and this and that. And so I found them and I liked them, and I kept going with other music and other bands and looking up songs and stuff, trying to find stuff that I liked and all that stuff. And of course, you can only buy so many iTunes songs when you only have, one free music coupon this day and one free music coupon that day, and you know. But anyway, I listened to Anberlin, and I bought their CD, and I started listening to them a lot, and I started really jamming to them and liking them a lot. And eventually I met a girl, and we dated, and then we really got serious, and then we really dated, and then we decided to move across the country back to where she was from, and we got married. And we listened to Anberlin together. She loved Anberlin because I introduced it to her, and that was our wedding song. Our first dance was an Anberlin song, and it was so special. Inevitable is a song. But anyway, of course, you can tell how much I love this band, and so it's just been a part of my life for a long time, and so that was 2012 that we got married, and then you know, some things happened. Life happened around that time. Life got different. Life got crazy. Life changed in that time. I don't know if you guys remember that time, but worldwide, that life changed, and then I ended up breaking up. I ended up breaking up with her, and we ended up getting a divorce, and it was just a crazy time. But then 2014 rolls around, and Anberlin, and at this point I'm single. I'm living in Reno, far away from home, where I was living with her, but still living on my own now, far away from my family, in a new place, you know, in my life, a new place in my life, and just so crazy, and like, man, this is different, man. This is just different. And Anberlin announces that they're putting out a new album, but it's going to be their last album. And I was like, yo, bro, we can't be doing that to me. You know, you just can't be doing that to me. This, you know, this ain't right. And so anyway, they put out this album called Lowborn, and I was like, what in the world is up with Anberlin? Anberlin is like always so cool. Like, they're always so like stylish and everything. They're so up with like style and stuff. They're like, they all got great hair, and like the drummer looks like a model basically, and they're like all so freaking cool. And I'm like, but still, I was like, come on, Anberlin, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What's going on? And long story short, I got my first tattoo. And it's from that album, and Lowborn, and to commemorate what Anberlin meant to me. I've been listening to them since the year I graduated high school. Here it is 7 years later, and now they're finishing up their run as a band, and just an amazing time. And anyway, the song that triggered this video just now today was called Harbinger, and it's the last song on that album. And when you hear that song, you get hit with feelings that say, this is the last song on the last album, and you're like, it's gonna end, it's gonna be over, there's gonna be an end. And it's like, that is so crazy. And when I was listening to that song, I was feeling those feelings. I was remembering those feelings. And the funny thing is now here we are in 2022, and God has allowed, oh my gosh, God has done so much, it's not even funny. You can't hold a candle to what God has done. You cannot finish explaining what He has done. He's done so much amazing things. 7 years later, or was it? No, this is 8 years later. But anyway, man, life is so crazy. But long story short, Anberlin has come out and they put some different stuff out along the lines, like put some, you know, they re-recorded. What they did was, when like 2020 happened and the pandemic and COVID-19 and everything happened, they re-recorded their albums and they played them live and re-recorded them and released them. They did live streams of their albums to help people who were like so alone and so stuck at home. And I gotta sneeze. But they just put out a new single, and they're getting ready. They just put out a new EP, and they're gonna put out a new album soon. And that is just so insanely ridiculous. And anyway, what I'm getting at is, God loves us so much. God loves us too much to let us go, right? He doesn't want to let us go. Why would he let us go unless we needed to, right? And anyway, God has given us so much to be thankful for, so much to be grateful for. And, yes, he has blessed me with this band called Anberlin, which is a really, really great band that I really, really love, and I've loved for a long time. And that their last CD was not their last CD, and they have gotten back together again, and they're going to make more music after the music they just got done making. And it is just so insane. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because, there's a lot of times when we think it's the end. We think the end is here. We think this is the end. We think it's the end, right? There's a lot of times when we think it's the end, like, this is the end, bro. There's nothing else. This is it. There's nothing else. But what happens? What happens when we see that it's not, right? Some really, really great feelings, man. Really, really great feelings happen. And these aren't just feelings, ephemeral feelings that like come and go and flow and literally come and go. No, these are really great blessings that are from God, that happen for real. And I just wanted to share this video with you, give you a little taste of your own medicine, because you need to know these things, and I need to share them. And I can't wait to get rid of all this stuff in my head. But anyway, in the meantime, listen to the band Anberlin. Listen to them. They're awesome. They're good. They're really good. They're introspective. They're deep for sure. They're good quality musicians for sure. They're slightly edgy. They're slightly mildly punk, rocky, a little rocky, yeah. But they're also all very kind of dramatic at times, but emotional, deep emotion, and songwriting next level. Lead singer next level. Unique voice, own category. One of my favorite singers, top 5, period. Stephen Christian. Awesome band, awesome albums. Listen to Dismantle Repair. Listen to the Unwinding Cable Car. Listen to Paper Thin Hymn. Listen to all their albums, okay? Just listen to them. And listen to Cities. That's the album you need to listen to. Listen to Cities. And listen to anything. It's all good. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys, to illustrate something that God doesn't ever give up on us, right? And when we think it's over, it might be over for now, but it's not over forever, right? It's not. This is not the end.